Okay, smile. Hello, here we go.
Want to be.
A cool
Yeah.
kid.
Bonnie, I can't hear it.
Oh my goodness, that's because I forgot to do the share. Let's start it again. Hold on. I have to, we're hearing it. I'm hearing it. Computer audio share. Let's start the music again. Hello, everybody. This is Bonnie D. Still trying to figure out this stuff. I need a VA. Anybody want to loan me your VA? That would be fine. Here we go. Hear it now,
There we
Karen?
go.
There we go.
So you want to be.
So you want to be?
A cool.
We're cool kids.
Hanging with the in cassette.
Hanging with the in crowd.
Looking real
I have to read the lyrics to my own song one of these days.
pure and fine.
Wait for the bridge.
You're faking it.
Here it comes.
So you want to be.
Bop, 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 bop. Welcome to more Too Saucy Dames. I'm Bonnie D, and this is again my special guest. Tell them your name, please, pretty lady.
I am Karen G, all the way from Mililani, Hawaii. Should I
Nice
tell a
to
little bit
see
about myself?
Yeah, well, let me do the opening now. Just a little poem, and
Oh,
then we'll
yes,
give
yes.
the
We
bio.
cannot
So
wait for
here
the
we go.
opening. My
And
favorite part.
hello, let's wave hello. Let's see if we're streaming. We're streaming. We're streaming. Yes, wave hello to LinkedIn. Wave hello to Facebook. Wave hello to YouTube. And we're breaking all the rules on LinkedIn because we're having fun. I'm just sorry. And I'm a real saucy dame. I did my hair up and fancy earrings that weigh a ton. I can't wait to take them off, but all for a good cause, right, Karen? So here's the opening. You may know us well. Bonnie D and Karen G, seasoned in life, free to be we or she, whatever we want. Face to face in social media's virtual space. We're content creators sharing our grace. Now, here on We Dish, we're here to play, lighting up the cybersphere in our own saucy way. Too saucy. Riffing about culture, music, food for a start. Wacky headlines, poetry, and our own original art. Woohoo! No politics here, just pure joy and delight. Join us live or on demand any time of day or night, even though we'll be sleeping. So tune in, enjoy as we smile and connect. On We Dish, we bring fun you might never expect. Bonnie D and Karen G, today's more Two Saucy Dames. Together we'll dish on life's many games. How'd I do, Karen?
Love it.
Thank you.
Wow.
Karen, update everybody. You were just on with me last week, but just give us an update on what have you been up to?
I've been packing for my upcoming Australia trip,
Ooh,
celebrating turning 6 decades on the
No,
18th. It's the new
no.
39 years, so I'm looking forward to it.
And you admitted an age, and I will never do
I
that.
will
So we'll
always
just,
admit my age, and I think Des said it's sexy 60s, so you figure you probably more sexy 70s and energetic 80s. Picking a line.
Des is your good friend, Desalin
Yes.
Jacques, right? It took me
Hockeyist, Desmond
hockeyist.
Hockeyist
I'm
from
always
Hawaii.
saying it wrong. I've been practicing it for 3 years at a hockeyist. It starts with a J. I'm never
It
sure
starts
what
with
to
a
do
J,
with that.
that's why.
There you go. Give us so other than going to Hawaii going from Hawaii to Australia, celebrate a big one. Just give us a little background. What do you do for a living, Karen? Do you still work?
I try to. Actually, it's not work, it's fun. I'm a family and parent coach and I build brains. So Brain Builders turns 25 years this month. So it's been a lot of
Congratulations.
fun. Thank you. I'm also a mother of 2 adult daughters. So I've made every mistake in the book and I'm proud of it because I've learned from it. Wife of nearly 30 years, an author. And thanks to you, I now embrace the title artist and poet. I always thought that just dabbled in it, but you've taught me to just embrace it, that I actually can call myself an artist and we share our art together.
We
I'm an
do. We're going to do
educator.
some of it
Mhm.
today. How did you decide, Karen? I've never asked you this. How did you decide to go into the brain building and the tutoring business? 25 years ago is a long time. What was on your mind at the time?
Believe it or not, I had a dream because I wanted to leave the special education field after 4 years, major burnout, and a dream, Bonnie. It was with little seeds on a rainbow that said the word brain builders on a tree. 2 in the morning, I woke up and I said, I don't know if I can do this. And then you remember that build it and
And,
they will come.
he will come. Yes.
He will come, yeah. So I thought, but I don't know. And then lo and behold, my husband said, just go ahead and do it. And I thought, okay. And here we are, 25 years later. Never would have imagined.
Smart. Very, very smart. What are the ages of the young ones whom you tutor?
My youngest was 3, and my oldest was 65, wanting to learn more about math just for fun. How's
Wow.
that?
I like that. I like the brain building idea. Thank you, Karen. I had never asked you that, and it was a long time overdue. I'm Bonnie D. I'm a sort of drummer. My drums are in the other room. A guest played them a little bit the other day. I gotta get him in here and do something with him. I'm a playwright, romantic comedies. I'm a storyteller. I'm a producer and host. I'm a pioneer in 3-minute soundbite thought leadership roundtable panel conversations about major technology business strategies for big companies around the world without trying to sell anything. Woohoo, what a thought. Having a conversation. I'm an early woman in tech. I won't tell you how early, but Grace Hopper was way before me. I'm a former stand up and I just try to be funny sitting down now. There you go. So, Karen, we have a couple of interesting topics. It is going to be a big one. We have two quick personal topics. Then we're going to share some
Mhm.
of our poetry, then our art, and then our wacky headlines. So, let's see how we can do. Okay. So,
Okay.
by the way, you like the earrings?
I love them. I was going to ask you about them. They are gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
eBay. I used to buy high-end costume jewelry on eBay by the lot, LOT. And you look for lot and it would say if it was for crafters, it would be broken pieces and mismatched. But I was buying the
Ooh.
good stuff. And I would buy a box. Sometimes the seller would wrap each individual piece. We're talking about earrings and necklaces and bracelets and rings. Sometimes they'd be 30, 40, 50 pieces in a box when I got it. And some of the sellers individually wrapped each piece. So it took hours to open up the tissue and take off the tape and unwrap. It was like
Like
shopping.
Christmas.
It was Christmas, it was Hanukkah, it was everything all wrapped up together. And I used to invite my mother and my sister to come over, and I used to say, come go jewelry shopping in my bedroom on the bed. And I'd have the bed laid out on the bedspread with necklaces and bracelets. And I'd say, come pick what you like because I don't need all of this. And they'd come over and they'd take a bunch of stuff. I just gave it to them as gifts and I saved a lot. So these were some in there. Somebody must have made these and they're very heavy and they're rhinestone.
Beautiful.
There's some kind of a base in there that feels like it's a good 6 to 8 ounces just of whatever is hanging there. I don't think the stones are. So anyway, thank you. So first question, first topic we're going to, and this is not an interview, it's a conversation. So first topic, grocery shopping. Here are several methods for grocery shopping. I want to know what you do, Karen, and then I'll answer. So the first one is you bring a list on paper of what you need, handwritten or printed. Do you use Alexa shopping app for your grocery shopping list? Do you use any other digital versions? Do you just walk the store aisle by aisle and pick up what you need? Do you go there hungry or on a full tummy and any other way? So how do you grocery shop, Karen? Share with
Well,
us.
my mother taught me never to go shopping when you're hungry because you're going to end up buying like 10 times more. We have a list in the kitchen and we just, whenever we run out or someone wants something, we just put it on, put it on. The problem is I write really quickly and they have to decipher sometimes my handwriting. Like, what is that? And then, oh, that's what it is. But we just take either the list or my husband or my daughter will take a photo of it if I'm not there, which is why I get the call. What is the thing that is, what
Cool.
is fun?
What I do is I used to use the photo method. So as I was running out of milk, I'd take a picture of the
Oh,
1% milk,
wow.
and then I would take a picture of the bananas. The last one, I buy about 8 bananas a week because I use a banana in my banana milkshake every morning. And sometimes they don't last the whole week, and I don't like the ones that are super mushy. I won't eat those. And so I use agave syrup in my milkshake, natural raw agave. So I take a picture. It's a special bottle, and it's on the top shelf of the sweetener in the baking aisle at Food Lion in aisle 9. And I would just take a picture of everything. And if I didn't have something I wanted, I would find a picture of it online and take a picture. So when I went to the store, I took out my phone, I looked at my photo album, my photos, and everything I wanted was there visually. And then a friend said to me, why not using Alexa shopping list? So now I say to Alexa, please add blah, 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 blah to my shopping list. Then
Wow.
I take out my phone, which relies on the Wi-Fi in the store to be
Ah,
working. And sometimes it doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi. So the pictures are really a better way. And I never take a shopping list with me, a printed list. But a friend of mine went shopping with me, a neighbor, and he said, where's your list? And I said, I'm just walking aisle to aisle. I know the store so well. I know where everything is. I know the route. First, you pick up the 85% turkey, ground turkey, and then you go where the the extra large eggs are, and then you go to the next the next case for the milk, and then the ice cream's on the other one, and then you come back and get the cranberry juice, and you go back to the vegetables last, and you get the bananas and the sweet potatoes and the beans
Whoa,
and
you
all
had it
that.
all planned out.
And
My
I just
dad had the aisle number. We saw his list. We were like, oh my God, it was a spreadsheet. My dad,
no.
born in 1935, was so like, what is this? He knows that it's going to be on aisle 5, aisle 9, but he would go to the
I
commissary, have his
love it.
list, and then he would check mark. He
I
would check
love
mark
it.
each one.
I love it. I've never heard of that. That is cool. That's cool beans and everything else. Next question. And I usually try to
Ooh.
go not hungry. Okay. A family member, a special friend, or it's the holidays and you want to give gifts. Do you ask what they want? Do you not ask but check their Amazon wish list if they're cool and have one? Do you send an e-gift card delivered in 5 minutes or a physical gift card, Amazon or any other service? Or do you just do whatever you think they want and say, I know she needed a new vacuum cleaner. I know he needed a new transistor radio. This goes way back. What's your method for gift giving, Karen?
If it's family, because sometimes they'll say, right, oh, I wish I had a whatever, whatever. But what I've been doing the past, I don't know, 10 years is whenever I go traveling, I'll find something. So then they know that it's not something they can easily get. So then you really have to know, like, what kind of stuff do they like? Like, some people collect ducks or they're into, certain collections, and I'll find something that is, their favorite.
Very nice. I once had a big birthday when I was living in Oregon. My husband was alive and we were married at the time. My parents flew out and the doorbell rang and it was a special gift for my birthday. It was a vacuum cleaner. Needless to say, I didn't have a very happy birthday. I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because we needed a new vacuum cleaner and it's your birthday. That's your gift." And I thought, well, maybe, it would be a dress or a pair of fancy boots or a special cake from a fancy bakery, ring ring on the doorbell. No, that was, yes, he said, and his philosophy was, RIP, his philosophy was if there's something you think a person needs, you should give them that. Not that they want it, but that they need it. It should be a needed gift. I never went by that. So I do mostly for my granddaughters who are in their 20s and in graduate school, I do e-cards. I like the e-card, and then I get to see when it's been delivered, when it's been
Hmm.
received, and I know it instantly. And I'll do it for a store they like, or Amazon, or iTunes, or Apple something, a service that they like so that they can enjoy whatever they pick.
You
So,
can't go wrong with Amazon. My daughters would love and be so excited because one aunt always gave Amazon and they'd be like so excited. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
And
I
then
know.
they get to choose what they want, especially when you have
Yep.
no idea, right?
Yep.
Teenagers or even adults.
And I have somebody in my
Age.
family who's very, shall we say, up there in corporate world, and they have everything.
Yeah.
And what they want is they have video games on their Amazon
Oh
list.
my
And
goodness.
it's like $40. And I say, what do you want? Pick the one on my list and I'll have it shipped the next day. And it's just so cool to know that they got a game that they really
That they
wanted to
wanted.
play to relax. Yeah. So anyway, yes, 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 yes. Okay, good. Well, that takes care of those two. So it's time for poetry. What would you like to share with us today,
Ooh.
Karen? What you got? You do
I
one,
am
I do
going to
one, you
share.
do one, I do one. We'll swap, go back
Okay,
and forth.
okay. I have three. So I'll start with a short one. It's called Memory Palace. Totally
Hmm.
forgot that I wrote this. I think it was sometime last year. Think of what gives you pure bliss. Build a memory palace. Visit your memory bank. Is your mind a total blank? What used to bring you real joy? What was your favorite toy? Was it your favorite toy? Just think back to your childhood. What made you feel understood? Please reflect on your fun times. Throw out emotional crimes. Build your memory palace. Visit when you need bliss. What
Wow.
makes
Lovely.
Thank
Y-
you.
Your your poems stop me in my tracks. It's hard to
Oh,
comment. That was so packed with good thoughts and real. It's real about what we need to do. I have let me see. I have a couple laid out here. I'm going to do one about okay. I belong to the Writer's Digest poetry group. You don't really belong. You just drop in, and
yeah.
on a couple of couple weeks ago. It's every Wednesday, and then in November it's every day for the whole 30 days. In April it's every day, and I'm looking forward to that. It's hard to go back from writing 3 to 5 poems a day to just one. I write 3 every week, but weekly is tough. So the prompt that week was write a bittersweet poem. So I have a limerick for you, and then I have 2 haikus, and this will be my first poem I'll share. So I always start off my limericks with the following 2 lines. There once was a poetess named Red on this day before all's done and said. And then I change the next 3 lines. So I'll read it again with the poem. So there once was a poetess named Red on this Friday before all's done and said. She liked her chocolate sweet, Godiva, Lindt, Nestle's Cadbury treat, but sometimes bit into a bitter instead.
Ooh,
Interesting. Okay. Now here's the
very
next one. This is
creative.
same theme, bittersweet. And this is 2 haikus, and these are 5, 7, 5 syllables each line. So life is like a box. Forest's mama said it, but chocolates pick you. Life's a bonbon game. Bittersweet days can have sun. Godiva's horse knew.
Ooh, I love that.
You like that?
And I think everyone can relate.
A little
Life's
bit
a
of a
box of
life lesson. Go
chocolates.
ahead. You
Yes.
do your next one.
Okay, mine is be open-minded. Okay, so still about the brain. Be open-minded before you're misled. Don't believe your thoughts. Your mind will build knots. Knots of scary fears, doubts that may last for years. Surrender all doubts, despite your brain shouts. Learn to surrender. Trust your adventure. For when you believe, all your doubts will leave.
Lovely. Very nice. All
This is
right,
so
I'm
much
getting
fun.
all my doubts to go away.
Yeah.
Okay, here I have another limerick, and this one was just this week. And in the theme of Labor Day, it was write a poem about labor or Labor Day or work. So this poem is called, so it's my limerick, and it's called Not a Volunteer. That gives you an idea. There once was a broadcaster named Red on this Friday before all's done and said. She loves speaking with smart people, often for free. Volunteer sounds like a noble sacrifice bereft of glee. Red's renaming it Passion Project instead.
Passion Project.
I
I
was
should
a
write a poem about Passion
I
Project.
was an independent TV broadcaster on Long Island for many years, for 25 years, and people would say she's a volunteer producer and host. And I thought, why? Did somebody go to a crowd and say who wants to volunteer to spend 100 hours a week putting together a TV series, getting crew, getting guests, writing the PR, getting the crew, setting up the studio? Did I volunteer for that? And the answer is hell no. I wanted to do it. I was in love doing it. 25 years, thousands of shows. I didn't volunteer for anything. I stepped up and said, I want to do this. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and the infrastructure. I will do it. I will be an independent producer, but I won't be a volunteer.
Ooh.
I think there's oh, she's a volunteer. No, I didn't volunteer for anything. I wanted to do this, and this is the value is what I get and all the people I meet. And now doing TV, doing radio on Zoom is like having a TV show. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It'll work. One more poem from you, Karen?
sure. I just wrote this the past couple of days, okay? Because I've been having anxious thoughts. Okay, so this is
Oh,
it.
okay.
Anxious thoughts grip your mind. Is it some kind of sign? Will it be traumatic? Are you being dramatic? How do you start to heal? Maybe a yummy meal? Pause and just take a breath. Stop thoughts of pending death. Envision your best
Mm.
dream. Make it super extreme. You're in the ease and flow. Your love will always grow. You manifest with ease. You hold the secret keys. The keys to feeling peace. Just deep breathe and release. Release anxiety. Trust the certainty. You will get through this pain. Nothing bad will remain. Let go of your self doubt. Your brain might want to shout. Sit with your swirly thoughts. See them as flying moths, moths filled with your darkness. They are really harmless. Choose to be in Zen mode, then you will not explode. Anxiety will fade. Sip some cool lemonade. Peaceful thoughts will arise. Dark thoughts were in disguise. Speechless. I love seeing that
I'm thinking
expression.
of the swirly thoughts. I think
The
I've had a
swirly
few of
thoughts.
those. I like those. Thank you. I have a longer one. I'll read this quickly, but I think you'll enjoy it. And the prompt that week, this a couple months ago, was write a discarded poem about the word
Ooh.
discarded. So I think you'll enjoy this. The Teddy Bear Council met one summer day. Sally, Minnie, Loretta, and Sue, Bobby, Ralphie, Willie, and Jose. They weren't very modern, no phones or tweets, not a text. They had to meet in person, face to see what's next. Because someone started a rumor that had to be discussed. It said bears who do not look nice, missing parts or coated in dust, were not welcome in Teddyland to live. No child would want them and wouldn't choose to give. So the council met and pondered what to do with Teddy's old. They wrote on secret ballots their decisions to unfold. Each looked into their heart before they cast their private vote. The president tallied the ins and the outs, took special note. Why would anyone want to oust a Teddy beloved and true just because it was raggedy or had lost a button or two? She added up the ballots, addressed the members then. Dearest Teddy members, I've known you from way back when. We've cast our thoughts in secret, and now some of us will smile. For the others, here's a lesson. Now please listen for a while. We each were born fresh and clean, 2 eyes, soft fur, cuddly new, but the years of being loved have taken a toll that we may rue. We can't compete with teddies just bought from a local store or the handmade kind of teddies. We're not like them anymore. Why would we discard a friend who's lost their youthful gloss? They're already feeling sad enough. Into the dumpster, let's not toss. The council listened to y'all, and here's what we have found. We've got enough love for us all. Let's hug and stick around. For those of you who are shabby, here's a word you can apply. You're perfect now as shabby chic. It's true. I wouldn't lie. The Teddy Bear Council tossed mean rumors on the heap. Now let's get back to being friends with promises we'll keep.
Wow, I think that should be a little movie, one of those shorts.
I could put this, I could make a video of this. You like that?
I love that. And it's so true. A lot of us
Thank
judge,
you.
right, as the,
Yep. Old,
and it even as, yeah,
wrinkled,
and don't
tarnished. Throw it out. No,
throw it out.
throw it out. And by the way, on
And
my
no,
Technology Revolution show on the September 25th coming up, I have a panel of 5 from around, literally from around the world. I think in Asia and in Europe, and might be one from Australia and one from North
whoa.
America, talking about the circular economy. And I just got an ad from eBay today. I think I can talk about this. And it said, be circular, share, repurpose, sell, share what you have. Even if it's old, if it's retro or not, sell it on eBay and make it part of the circular economy, which is use it again, maybe in a different way, or use parts of it, but don't throw it away to the landfill. And eBay is using that same philosophy in their ad. I thought that was interesting. What do you think, Carrie?
Wow, very
Yeah, I
interesting.
know.
Well, it's like handing these heirlooms. They're
Yeah,
really treasures,
absolutely. Okay, it's time for art. And then a couple of wacky headlines. We're going
Ooh,
long here. Ooh, I'm doing
wow,
fine
so
on time.
fast.
We're actually
Yeah.
good. Okay, what do you got?
Okay, so I want you to tell me what you think of, and I'll tell you 2 answers, okay?
Let's do all of your art and then all of mine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh, ooh, that's a
So so
brain.
what so what do you see?
A brain.
Okay, so someone said a brain. In Hawaii, we have rainbow shave ice. And if you look on the top of the cone, it literally looks like this because it's red,
Wow.
yellow, and blue. But someone said brain, and then someone said shave ice. And I thought, how interesting, right? It all depends on our perception. This one,
Yeah.
I went to a party and there was a bouquet, and I saved the baby's breath. So I decided to do
Beautiful.
watercolor, add the baby's breath, stick on some butterflies, and I had these little mini flowers, and it's watercolor.
Beautiful.
Watercolor and glue. Amazing with those 2 simple ingredients.
Yes.
I forgot that I did this. I'm all into butterflies.
Mm-hmm.
So I have these little butterfly 3D things, and then I did the butterfly in, I think this is all acrylic.
Mm.
Yeah, just very different. Simple. You know how you and I we can do something in like 5 to 10 minutes, and it's very healing.
Yep. It is
Yeah.
very healing.
So this one, I never thought of just putting dots all over the paper in acrylic and just adding water and just swish, swish, swish. And then
Okay.
ask like, what more does it need? So I did a swish, swish, swish. And I guess the YouTube artist said, and she just saw dolphins. So I decided to do like
Ooh.
black and gold mama and baby
Ooh.
dolphins,
Ooh, that's
nose to nose.
beautiful.
Thanks. So I wasn't sure. I was going to just leave it like this. And I
Gorgeous.
thought, you know what?
Oh, it's
Well,
lovely.
thanks.
It's lovely.
Spontaneity.
I love
Yeah.
it.
At first, at first I like, does a baby look like a baby? And I thought, you
Hold it
know
up a
what?
little higher. I want to see the bottom of it. There you go. That's stunning. That's stunning. Beautiful.
Who would have thought all it is just
Who would have
acrylic
thunk
and
it?
water, you know? And then in
Beautiful.
the middle, just draw whatever comes to mind.
I
Thank you.
watched an artist online who was doing acrylics with resin and he was using
Ooh.
cut glass. And he did a paint pour and shifted. He had a turntable like you do, and he shifted it, and this blue and white and purple thing was moving all over the canvas. And then he took these handfuls, bucketfuls of cut glass. You buy it
Yes.
apparently, glass, and put it on with resin. It has to dry a certain way onto the outsides, the shapes, and made it 3D. So guess
Whoa.
what's coming tomorrow from Amazon, Karen?
Oh my gosh. We pick up glass at the beach.
I bet you
So you're
do.
gonna have the
I'm buying a palette of a package. It's not expensive of 12 different colors of glass that's been
glass.
smoothed and cut for art
Ooh.
purposes. And I'm going to try and use my Mod Podge instead of buying. They have
I have that.
all
I never
kinds of
thought of using
products.
it.
Yeah, maybe you're supposed to use spray and Loctite, it's called. Instead of investing in more glue types of super glue things, I thought I would try the Mod Podge and see if it holds it to the canvas. So
Ooh.
I'm going to start with 3D, and I have other ideas. I'm going to turn off my green screen for a second because I've got some pictures here. There we go. Now you got green around my hair, but I've got a picture I did that's mostly in green, and I think you'll like this. This is brand new. Can you see?
Oh, where are you?
Oh, can you see it? No, you
No,
can't
you're
see it. Okay.
gone.
I got to turn the green screen back on and we'll take our chances. Okay. And this
Ooh.
is done on top of the plastic. On top of the plastic
Oh,
that's
on top
on
of
the
the plastic.
Yes, this is the plastic wrapped canvas like I did last week.
What?
Yes, and I painted this right from the tubes of the paint. I just dripped the tubes and ran it over, and then I added drops of the metallic acrylic from the little bottles. What do you think?
That
See?
is amazing. You are
Like a
teaching me that anything can be used
anything.
as
That's about 10
I
a
never
10
thought
minute
of the
project.
plastic.
Yeah, yeah. I think I
Who
still
would have
have
thought?
green around me. Here's the one I did last week. The same thing on the
Ooh,
plastic. And this is you can see where
on
it's
the
green. It's coming through
plastic.
on the plastic. And here's the plastic in the back. It's still messy in the back. That's you see the wood frame of the canvas. I
Yes.
think this is a 10 by 20. So this was interesting. Cool.
And did you just how did you get did you pour it? I mean, did you
I
move
poured it
the
and I tilted. Yes. And this is all
tilted?
filled in, but the green are not showing because of I do have green screen.
Wow.
This is something I did a while
Is
ago.
this the first time you've done it on plastic? I never would
I
have
started
imagined.
last week. This is an older one that I did. I'm watching myself on the monitor here so I can see how I'm holding. This is an older one I did, and I think I call this
Wow.
Sunrise. Sun.
Ooh, I can see it.
You see it?
Beautiful. Oh, and I
Cool.
love the
There you
gold
go. Those are birds. Those are
nuggets.
birds. And here's one I did last night on canvas. I thought this was interesting. And this
Oh,
is
wow.
metallic gold pouring paint and white and purple, and I mixed the lavender for the background. The white canvas has been coated and smooth with the lavender, and then I used purple and white and gold, and I did a lot of tilting and a little bit of a heat pen, and you can see some of the textures there. Can you see the
Yes,
textures?
yes.
Oh, it's showing up.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's showing up nicely.
That
Wow.
is gorgeous.
And then I used a little cup to make little patterns in it, little circles. You could see some of the circles.
Oh my gosh. So you just use the cup and you just,
Upside down, yes. And I just dipped the cup in the color and just you see some of the circular
yes.
motions
Uh-huh.
there. And then I let it dry overnight. Is that cool?
That is so cool. I never thought of using a cup upside down.
And here's one
See, this is
more.
what happens. We get great ideas just sharing.
One more. This is
Oh my gosh. Okay, so is that the string? I've been wanting to do the
I
wait.
don't think so. This is let me see. This
That's the
is
actual like how'd you get it looks like a string.
that one that is one string. The red one that goes through is a string. The rest were just dribbled out of the bottles of the paint.
Did you just drop this string when you're done?
I think so, unless this is a mistake. I must have dropped it in. Yeah, this is a piece of actual string, and it's coming. Yeah, this is a red string. I don't even know what it was. If I paint dipped it, I did this a while ago, but I thought it was interesting.
Wow. I love the combination of
Thank you.
colors
Isn't that
and the
pretty?
texture.
I think we'll call this planetary.
Planetary.
Something
I love
planetary.
it.
And then one more I have, and then we'll do our headlines. And this one is painted. Oh, come on, you painted over something I did years ago, and I used edging from my sewing days. These are lace edging. You would edge the seams,
Wow.
and I covered this with red paint pouring and just washed it over what was underneath and gave it a whole new look. So this is red over an existing painting. Let me turn it. I think I have it upside down.
That's very creative to just redo. So do you ever think
There.
that you're ready to like modify the original?
I've
Does
been
your
doing I've been using a lot of old paintings and going over them, but this was very successful with the red coming over, the red color just washing over very smooth, and then with my spatula just smoothing it over, and whatever showed through showed through. And this is it. It's almost like a
Wow, I've never
stained
done a
glass.
spatula before yet.
Almost like
I should
stained
do that.
glass. So that's my
That's what I
art
was gonna
for the
say.
week.
It looks exactly like stained glass.
Yeah. So that's another technique. Well, thank you. So
Wow,
let's
that
do
was so
some wacky
fun.
headlines.
Okay, you want to go first?
No, I want you to go first.
Okay, okay. So this one, I actually saw a photo of it. You guys should look up July 2017 because it
Okay.
happened in New Zealand. And a farmer photographed rabbits surfing on the backs of sheep to escape rising floods. So they were actually black bunnies on white sheep. And when he said surfing, and I thought they just wanted to avoid the floods, and the sheep just stood up, and you just see these black bunnies literally just like relaxing on the sheep. Is that bizarre?
There were jokes about mice riding on the backs of elephants in the jungle, but they're a joke and they're cartoons. It's real. I wish you had a picture of it. That would be amazing to see. Wow. Interesting.
Is
Interesting.
that
I
crazy?
don't think I can compete with that. I will. I have one talking about circular. Lego is, Lego, the Lego blocks, which
Yes.
are popular with children and adults, and as a teaching tool as well. Lego plans to make all of its bricks from renewable, recycled materials by 2032. So that's 8 years away. In the world of Lego, the Danish toy company not only reported record profits, but also shared plans to put those gains toward the goal to make all products from renewable recycled materials, up from 22% that are made sustainably today. All Lego bricks are currently now fashioned from resin, which includes plastics made from fossil fuels, usually. By the first half of 2024, they successfully increased the amount of resin purchased from sustainable sources, and they will continue to do that. They want to transition to sustainable, high quality materials, and it won't be cheap, but they will not change the price tag to consumers. Cool?
Wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And because, everyone, I don't know one family who never had Legos, and
There you go.
just knowing that they are trying to,
Yep.
make it better
Trying.
for the
Trying.
environment.
What's your second story?
Okay, so we all know the intelligence of dolphins, right?
Hmm.
So BBC produced like they made 900 hours. It took 900 hours of footage of dolphins in their natural habitat. So they discovered that dolphins manipulated a certain type of pufferfish. If provoked, released a nerve toxin carrying a narcotic effect, causing dolphins to basically get high. They called it a trance-like state. So they carefully chewed the pufferfish, passed it between one another, and just enjoyed, we'll just say the experience. Is that bizarre?
The puffer party. It gives new meaning to Puff the Magic Dragon, and we all know what that story was.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. That's well, hmm. Never make
Bizarre.
the
Okay,
host
so what's yours?
never make the host choke. There is a rule on the books for a couple of years now that pilots of major airlines are not allowed to have beards or facial hair. Do you know why?
Oh
You
my
know why?
gosh, why?
Because they say Delta and American have enforced this. Pilots with no beards or minimum beards can put their oxygen masks on tightly if they needed to in emergency. a study by the Influence of Beards on Oxygen Mask Efficiency from 1987 from the FAA said crew members with a beard would not be able to secure an oxygen mask quickly, nor would it seal effectively in an emergency. Another study said 16 to 67% leakage out of oxygen masks due to beards, determining enough to cause a lack of oxygen flow to the lungs. They, of course, let passengers have all the facial hair they want,
Yeah.
but not pilots. I thought that was interesting. What do you think?
Can you imagine quitting the pilot career because you just can't get rid of your beard?
Well, talk about going in the military with long hair. You come out with a buzz, like, whoa, I didn't plan on that. Yes, you did. Interesting. What's your next one?
So this one is kind of, I told my daughter, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, why are you sharing that?" But it's just picture, to visualize this. Okay. So ancient predatory worms have scientists rethink the history of the earth because there were a group of worms 500 million years ago. Like, just picture this, that these worms had throats covered in teeth and spines.
Will you say that again, please?
These worms had throats covered in teeth and spines. So just picture you're a worm and you have
Mhm.
teeth and spines on your
Okay, we'll do the worm. I think there's a
yeah.
dancing. Do the worm. Okay.
But
Yeah.
but you have the thing that caught me, like what? That scientists have to rethink the history of Earth based on discovery of these worms that existed 500 million years ago. It's like, what else do we not know?
Well, there
You
is
know?
a medical condition called a dermoid cyst in humans that is a displacement of sebaceous glands, which are oil glands, and
Hmm.
teeth and hair. And these little cysts, and I'm not telling you how I know this, these little cysts have pieces of parts of the body inside of the cyst. So it can have little pieces of whatever the teeth are made of,
Yeah.
and sweat gland and fat glands and fat cells and hair inside of these little tiny cysts, and they can grow
Go
in women. They
anywhere.
grow in usually in the 20s or so, but people can find them on organs later in life, and it's called a dermoid cyst. And they have, look it up, and they have different parts of other things growing inside of them. They're not harmful. They're just
They're not
shouldn't
harmful,
be
so you don't
there.
have to surgically remove them. You just
Well,
like
you
live
do
with
if they
them.
grow. You do if they grow.
Right, right, right.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Look at the stuff that we've learned just
I
because of wacky
know.
news.
And I have one more wacky story. The most popular baby names every year for the last century. Who wants to know? I don't know. Okay, baby naming trends have been shaped by family traditions and popular culture. Classic names Mary, John, Betty, and James are often repeated throughout families. By the second half of the 20th century, parents found baby name inspiration in film, in theater, and in music. The popularity of the name Jennifer was due to George Bernard Shaw's 1927 Broadway play, The Doctor's Dilemma, and it soon went into the top 10. And they're saying now soon, Mia, Mateo, Evelyn, and Elijah will probably be number one. But this is from the Social Security Administration's applications file from 1924 to 1939. That's 15 years, Karen. Mary was the most popular girl's name and Robert the boy's name. In 1940, from 40 to 46, Mary was still the most popular girl's name and James replaced Robert. From 47 to 52, Linda replaced Mary, but James stayed the same. In 1953, we went back to Mary and Robert. I don't know why. In 1954 to 59, we kept Mary, but we moved Robert and James aside and we took on Michael as the most popular boy's name. In 1960, we stayed with Mary again, and David replaced Michael for boys. In 1961, Mary stayed again, and Michael took over from David again. Okay. And here's where it gets interesting. In 1962 to 69, Lisa took over for Mary, and we kept Michael. Michael stayed the most popular name all the way through 1998. And it was, I'll just give you the names: Jennifer, Jessica, Ashley, Jessica, Emily. And in 1999 through 2008, it became Emily for girls and Jacob for boys. That's through 2008. From 2009 to 2010, just a 2-year span, Isabella replaced Emily, but Jacob stayed the same. In 2011, Sophia replaced Isabella, but Jacob stayed. In 2013, Sophia stayed and Noah replaced Jacob. In 2014, Emma replaced Sophia, but we stayed with Noah. In 2017, Emma stayed and Liam replaced Noah. And in 2019 through 2024, Olivia was the most popular girl's baby name, and Liam stayed for boys. And that's all I have.
Wow. I think 90% of those names I have students named after. I mean, like everything
Uh,
from Elijah to Liam. It's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah. I had to go crunch the data because it was a list of, so I took the brackets of when and then put it in. And the similarities are just
Wow.
Mary was rocking it for years. Michael, David, not so much. Jacob had a good run. And Jessica and Emma, a couple of years in there, not too much. Olivia, she's pretty, well, actually, 5 years for Olivia is not bad. Yeah. So, any parting
Wow.
thoughts before you're leaving on your trip soon? We won't say when or exactly where, but are you excited?
I am excited. I think everyone needs to just go away for a bit, unwind and just be present without like the to-do list.
I
So
agree.
that'll be my, don't you think?
I think, well, my going away, since I don't travel much anymore, my going away is to watch some interesting TV shows with great
Yes.
scenery that transport me. And a lot of people read novels. I either watch the movie version or the TV version, or there's a series in French. I love my French detective shows, Karen, called Murder in dot dot dot. And it's been on for years. And each episode, I think they're about 90 minutes. Each episode is in a
Wow.
different section or region of France with different actors. And
Wow.
it's usually two people who are related, or it's a man and woman who haven't seen each other in 20 years, or they knew each other's family, or she's a new detective and he's annoyed because she's showing up, or he's a new detective and she's annoyed because, and there's always some kind of a relationship, good or bad, between the two lead detectives. But the scenery is just wonderful in these shows.
Well, that's like
So
a vacation.
it
Sometimes I
is.
think, through a book, a movie, just something that you physically are transported to the environment that you're watching.
So I would love to see wonderful pictures of your trip, Karen.
Definitely. I
There
will be
you
sharing
go.
them.
And I want to share now. We're going to play. Let's get this party started again. We're going to play and make sure you can
Okay.
hear
Getting
it
my
this
drums
time.
ready.
I know mine are in the other room. Hear it? There we go. So you want to be. I wrote the lyrics, and Serge Hoffman, with two N's on the end of his name, in France, composed the music and sings it for me. So you want to be. I'll read the lyrics next time we do this, Karen. Sending you to Australia with hugs, Karen. Have a great trip and happy birthday in advance.
Yes.
Here we go. Bop, 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 bop. And we're going to lower the volume on this and say bye bye. We are two saucy dames. Bye, all. Ciao.
Bye.